Hello from the Outer Banks. John Head here. Just want to give you a quick market update. Actually, it's not going to be that quick this time. I'm going to include some national statistics because I'm hearing a lot of chatter in my conversations with folks, and just wanted to give some facts to use and share that where I think the market is going. So I'm going to do a quick overview for the national real estate as we see it coming out of the economic indicators across the board, and then real quick overview of locally what is happening, which is pretty somewhat similar to what's going on across the nation, although there are some hot spots. Locally, we are seeing inventory still considerably low, and so that is maintaining some good values. You will see in that local report that the median price is 702, I believe it was. The average, though, is 883. So it's just an anomaly what's happening here as far as limited inventory. So real quick, I'm going to go through a slideshow for you today and just kind of hit on some numbers because people are thinking that we're going to hit a hard recession and interest rates are going to, who knows what they're going to do. The Fed, I'm not sure they know either. So as we look here, 42-year home appreciation, we had the 2008 through 10 down, but out of those 42 years, we've always maintained an appreciation factor. On the Outer Banks, historically, it's been about 5%. I think we're going to see that 3 to 5% this year, and you'll see some numbers nationally that kind of support that as well here momentarily. Now, I'm going to kind of hit this really quick, but you review it at your leisure. The link for this slideshow will be as part of the video below, and so you'll be able to go through those as well. So the 23 home forecasts across the board from Fannie Mae all the way to NAR, the average right now is 3.9% of those six indicators. NAR, National Association of Realtors, is the lowest of those, which is surprising, but they also look at that heavily on weight on median price points. And again, I'm not a grand fan of median price points. Everybody that's watched this before knows. And the reason is because if you had, let's just say, for an example, this past week, we've had a, just under $3 million price point. So that's going to change the dynamics of that pretty severely up and down, where the average is kind of a little bit more stable. Sorry, I have some allergies going on here, so you'll have to excuse me for that. So in the 49-year average versus 2023 movement, we will see that the black is the 49 average, the green is the 2023. Early in the year, we saw some depreciation, and through the spring and summer, we've nationally it saw the same increase, and it's tapered back off at the end of August. All of our numbers, unfortunately, are kind of in arrears, even though I'm talking to you here in November. And happy Thanksgiving, by the way. Hope you enjoy your time with friends and family. If you're not here at the beach, we wish you were. So that being said, that track, as you will see, we customarily on the second home market see as September, October, November is very high under contract months. This year is an anomaly. And then it picks back up in February and kind of goes in this thing. And it's similar here. This is a spring forecast nationally and how it happens typically in any given year from 1973 up through 2022. The market seems to pick up and appreciation rises in any given month during that spring buyer's market. And here's a case chiller is really probably the best indicator. FHFA and CoreLogic are good, but one of the percentage of home value changes month over month. As you see this, we are back into positive territory almost across the board in those three indicators. Are we going to see the type of appreciation we saw in the unicorn years as we've relabeled those of the pandemic? No. So the reality of it is homes priced correctly are still selling, and the average let me back up there before I go. Time frame to sale now is it's 60 days, I think. So it's been hit or miss. It went down, we were well below 30, then it went to 90, now we're back into 60, and it's just depending on how that the homes are priced. If they're priced according to the market, great. If unfortunately if someone is thinking they're going to get a premium for their property in this market is just probably not going to happen. It's going to sit for an extended period of time. Now, so everybody's been also asking me interest rates. Obviously, they affect the buying public. And one of the biggest reasons we're seeing a bigger increase, and they came back down to about 7.625 this past week. And it had been as high as 8.25. And one of the reasons is the spread that the mortgagers are making over the 10-year Treasury, which is the indicator of interest rates, has always averaged, and I'm going to jump ahead of myself here, over the 50 years at 1.72. All right, that's been the average spread. That's what the mortgagers make over that 30-year mortgage time frame. Okay, so right now it's going to end the year at about 3%. So it's almost a point and a half that we're paying over and above. And why is that, everybody? So why is the mortgage rate, a point and a half higher? Well, obviously the mortgagers are smart people, and they know that they're not going to probably carry that mortgage all the way out into 30 years because people are going to begin to refinance as the rates pull back, which they've already begun to do. And they're speculating that there'll probably be some pullback in the first quarter of next year. And by the end of 2024, we probably will be down in the maybe 6-point range anyway. So the reality of it is every business has to make money. The mortgagers right now have that increased spread and to cover costs and overhead, because they ultimately know that everybody that's maybe picked off an 8% rate is going to be refinancing here in the near term. So the other side of this is we have an immense amount of people that buy out on the Outer Banks and across the country to increase their net worth. And the argument is, well, rent's cheaper now. Well, that is true to some degree because of the interest rates. But the reality of what we're seeing in why would you want to rent or own, and especially in the second home market, and I'm specifically speaking of the folks that we manage long-term rentals. So there's a lot of folks in here that may want to think about buying, and the main reason is what happens when you buy. So if you didn't buy over the course of 2010 to 22, your net income or net worth would have increased by 10,400. But if you had to own from 2010 to today, look at that difference. And that's what has always been my attraction to real estate, is helping people find the right property or investment property that helps grow their net worth and have passive income at some point in the future as well. So it's just been a neat indicator to watch over these past, well, really 13 years now, but in seeing the appreciation that we've enjoyed since 2010 and kind of coming out of that real estate recession. Okay, so people also have been hammering me on, we're going to hit a recession. I mean, we might. Okay, we don't have, I wish I had a crystal ball. If I did, we may not be talking right now. But the reality of it is home prices during the last 6 recessions have been, out of those, 4 of those, we were up. And I think that the unemployment would have to be severely compromised for us to hit a hard recession that affects the values in the real estate industry. So that's just my take on it. The unemployment rate now is, I think, 3.9. I could pull some slides for you, but that's not really as relevant as home prices right now. And it might get to 5, but that's the average. Average unemployment rate's 5.2. During the recession, we were at 8.3. So, and that was 2008 through 2010. So the reality of it is we're nowhere close to that for prices to see a severe change in the housing industry, and especially with our limited inventory. So just if you're out there looking to buy, you just may have to shop a little bit because inventory is limited. If you're thinking about selling, values are still high and staying there. I don't foresee a big pullback. So our job at Colony Realty Sales Team is always to keep you informed and educated. So when that time comes that you're thinking about buying or selling, you're informed. All right, that's my whole job here, and I tell my team all the time, dig in, learn, and see what's happening. And now I'm going to jump real quick over to the local, which you'll have that same report, the market report that's generated by the Outer Banks Association of Realtors attached to this. But the reality of it is here, you will see that we are down on overall sales, I think 29% year over year. And that's just because of an immense low inventory. The median price, I think, is 702, but look at the average price right now is 834, 847 of the total sales. 976 sales year to date. And I'll go back up here because I thought some of this was fascinating. So 683 of those were financed conventionally. But look at this number, 249 is of this report, and this is October, not November, were cash. That's 39% of the purchasers out here have been paying cash. So that's still a very, very strong, robust market. So if you like additional information or have questions about the slideshow, reach out to me at john@colonyrealtycorp.com, or obviously one of my team members who's sending this to you directly. Reach out to them and we will get you the answers to your questions. In the meantime, again, it's coming up on Thanksgiving. I hope you have a phenomenal time with friends and family. If you're not at the beach, I hope you still have a good time. But until we see you here, have a great day. Take care.